Okay, in this video we're going to show you how to put scrolling text on and control it to some extent, and control the opacity of it, in other words how visible it is. If I just play this, I've put some very simple text on this clip. You can see straight away there's a problem with it, in that it seems part of it seems to be behind one of the clips that's on this movie project. Simple explanation for that. You can see down here the overlay track is below the video track. So in other words, the one at the top of the pile, in effect like I'm showing here, okay, will be on top when you see it on the screen. So you can see now it works fine because I've pulled it up to the top. So that's just something to be aware of. The order of stuff that is layered on top of each other is important. Okay, so that's something to be aware of. Okay, in terms of doing the actual scrolling text effect, again, it's if you go into galleries, envelopes, it's an envelope. Envelopes are incredibly useful and powerful. Okay, I think it's in transform. Let me think. Yeah, scroll. Okay, see down here, we've got scroll. In this case, I'm going to do a bottom to top one. Okay, and you'll see the reason for that in a minute. Well, you could do, you know, a left to right or whatever. Okay, but I'm going to do bottom to top. So similar to when you use other envelopes, find the one you want to use, click on it and drag it onto the clip that you want to apply it to, in this case the text. So then if I play that, you'll see that it scrolls up, but it goes off the top of the screen. I don't want it to do that. Okay, I want it to stop in the middle of the screen or towards the top of it anyway. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the transform tab here, okay, for the overlay track. I'm going to put another point in, I suppose about there. That might be too high actually. Let's just tell you what, yeah, let's delete that point. You press delete or backspace to delete points that you put onto transform tabs. Right, okay, that's about right, isn't it? 'Cause it would already have gone off the top of the page if I left it where it was going to be. Okay, so you find your position where you want to keep it, put, just by clicking, another transform point in, and then delete the last transform point that was put in automatically. And that should, proof is in the plane, that should mean that it scrolls up and it stops where you want it to stop. Okay, so again, that's something that might often be useful. Something else that people often want to do, you can see here it says opacity, in other words how see-through something is. If your point is at the top of the opacity section there, it's not see-through. That means that, you know, it will be perfectly visible, so that text will be solid. If I drag it down, okay, it will be completely see-through. So you'll be able to see through it and hardly be able to see the text. Text won't be solid. Okay, now because this scrolls, we're going to get to a point where you can actually see. Oh, I've dragged it down. I need to drag it up a bit so I can actually see it to set the point at which I want to have it solid. So, well, it might as well be the point where it stops on the screen. Okay, so at that point, I want it to be completely solid. But before that, I want it to be see-through. Okay, so drag that point on the opacity envelope down. What you should find is, yeah, it's see-through and it gets more solid as time goes by. Okay, if I want to make that a bit clearer, I can, yeah, there you go. You can see, I see the effect more by just dragging that point out. Okay, you can do all sorts of effects with text, the same as you could, you know, in any other video clip. Yeah, you could have it moving around the screen if you wanted, you know, or whatever. Let's maybe put another bit of text in to illustrate that. So insert CG clip text is the best option because you can have more than one, like I've got here, on each clip. Whereas if you just go to the text icon here, you can't. You're stuck with just one. Okay. So I've just put some relatively simple text in there. Again, I'm going to go to the transform. I'll click on that one, transform, click on the arrow next to it, isolates that particular bit of text, okay? So go to the transform thing, I'm going to put a few points in, okay? And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to move my text around, so I'm going to get a move in. I'm going to maybe also get it to start off being a little bit smaller. Yeah, that's okay, I think maybe slightly smaller. Yeah, just to illustrate the point. Okay, so it starts off like that. The next point, I will have it over here and full size. Okay, next point, I'll have it over here, and then the last point, I'll have it down here. Oh no, I'll have it in the middle like it should be really, I suppose. Okay, and you'll see if I play it, it appears to move around. So you can control it by moving around like that. Okay,